In the shadowed corridors of Coruscant, beneath layers of deception and control, Luthen Rael lived and died for a rebellion that might never speak his name. He burned everything, his peace, his identity, and finally, his life, to warn the galaxy about a weapon it didn't yet believe existed. But when Rogue One begins, that warning seems to arrive again, through a different voice, from a different source. So we're left to wonder, did Luthen's sacrifice even matter?
I burned my life to make a sunrise that I know I'll never see.
From his earliest appearance, Luthen wasn't just a rebel. He was an architect of war. He didn't fight in the light. He pulled strings from the dark, recruiting killers, spies, idealists, and broken men like Cassian Andor. He built a network, not of hope, but of inevitability. And in Andor Season 2, we learn what he was really chasing. Through an informant buried deep within the ISB, Supervisor Lonni Jung, Luthen uncovers the truth. The Empire's so-called energy initiative is a lie. Beneath that cover, Director Krennic has been building a superweapon, Gorman's destruction, Jedha's Kyber mining, Galen Erso's disappearance, all pieces of the same monstrous design. And with that knowledge in hand, Luthen does what he always knew would be required. He dies, not in battle, not with glory, but to buy enough time for the truth to escape. Fast forward to Rogue One. Cassian is alive, more focused and fully committed. The rebellion has a base, a structure, and a chain of command. And it's in that structure that Cassian meets an informant, Tivik, who tells him the same thing Luthen died for.
He's telling people they're making a weapon. The Kyber crystals, that's what they're for.
What kind of weapon?
Look, I have to go.
What kind of weapon?
A planet killer!
It's jarring. Was everything Luthen sacrificed repeated, replaced, forgotten? At first glance, it looks like the answer is yes. The intel resurfaces, almost casually. The rebellion is hesitant to act, and Cassian is forced to learn it all again from someone else. So is Luthen's death pointless? To understand Luthen's impact, we need to look deeper. Not just at what was known, but at what existed because of him. When Luthen first discovered the Death Star, there was no rebellion, only scattered cells and silenced voices. He wasn't just trying to warn people. He was trying to build people who could be warned. In a world where truth is crushed beneath order, shouting, "The Empire is building a weapon," means nothing unless someone is able and willing to listen. And Luthen, he built the ears. He connected Ferrix to Jedha. He kept Mon Mothma safe while helping her fund the cause. He placed Lonni inside the ISB and trained Kleya to survive without him. He found Cassian. He chose Vel. He tolerated Saw. He lit the fire, and he knew he wouldn't see the blaze. No one in Rogue One mentions Luthen. They don't quote him. There's no monument, no file, no recognition, and that's exactly how he designed it. Because Luthen didn't fight for legacy. He fought so others could have one. His goal wasn't to be remembered, it was to be unnecessary by the time the final battle came.
The rebellion isn't here anymore. It's flown away. It's everywhere now.
In the end, he never got to be one of them. But without Luthen Rael, there is no rebellion, no Cassian Andor, and no Rogue One. By the time Tivik tells Cassian about the Death Star, the rebellion is ready to hear it, not because of him, but because of the long, invisible war Luthen waged to make listening possible. So no, Luthen's sacrifice wasn't pointless, it was the foundation. The quiet scaffolding beneath the rebellion's roar, and in a galaxy that so often forgets the ones who built the road, Luthen Rael reminds us of something far more powerful than legacy. He reminds us of purpose. But what do you think? Was Luthen's sacrifice essential, or could the rebellion have survived without him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed this quiet dive into the darker corners of the galaxy, consider subscribing to Star Wars Anna for more story-rich lore every week. May the Force be with you, always.